What's up everyone, it's Dr. Kels. I'm coming to you live from Fit Club, and today we are going to be covering the injured reserve topic, and our athlete for today is Kristaps Porzingis. Unfortunately, this isn't his first time being covered by us. He had an ACL injury a year ago, which was pretty devastating, especially as a Knicks fan. Now he's with the Dallas Mavericks, and he just recently tore his meniscus on the same leg. So today what I want to do is really just break down what the meniscus is, what its function is, and why it's important to not just athletes, but everyday individuals to have a functional meniscus. So, your meniscus is a soft tissue that lives between the upper leg bone, your femur, as well as your lower leg bone, your tibia, right? It essentially adds some cushion between those two weight-bearing joints. It's compromised whenever we sort of twist the knee or we land on a single leg and have a twisting motion. That motion right there can actually tear the meniscus, and it doesn't get a huge blood supply, so it very infrequently heals on its own. Thus, many people opt to get a meniscectomy or a meniscus repair. A meniscectomy is when you cut out a part of the meniscus that is actually torn. The repair is when they go in and try to sew that meniscus up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a few different exercises that we would program in a return to sport exercise program for Kristaps Porzingis. Check it out. Okay, so what we're going to start with is we're going to use this ball here, right? So we just have a medicine ball, standard medicine ball, and I want to really make it functional. We're talking about basketball here. So your squats, super important, right? So we're just gonna hold this ball chest level, sitting down and back, making sure that those knees don't come in. You're able to push out with those knees, very important, and then standing back up. A lot of times, especially my basketball players, I see them squatting down here and their heels are really popping off of the floor. We don't want that. You want to make sure that you're sitting down and back into your heels, you're loading your hips, loading your knees, and then extend up and forward. You don't want to be stopping here. You want to really make sure you extend fully. Sit down and back and through. So now, that's one exercise. Again, with basketball, we want to make it as functional as possible. We have to catch rebounds, we have to jump, we have to shoot, so we can make it a little bit more functional. Again, this is a little heavier than a basketball, which is also really good to practice with, which will help your shooting efficiency as well. So just here, we're going to squat here, press up, catch, squat, press, just to make it a little bit more functional. For basketball, you can also get into your shooting stance, squat here, up, catch, squat here, up, catch. Again, that's going to be different variations depending on your sport. We make it very specific for you. Again, in this case, we're talking basketball. Next, we want to talk about single leg stability, right? So what we're going to do with this is, again, we're going to use this ball. I'm going to stand here, and I have, say my left leg is injured, I have a partner here who's going to help me out. I can just simply pass the ball to my partner. I'm catching, again, trying to keep my knee nice and stable. Good. So another thing that you can do to add to make this a little bit more difficult is every time you catch, you bring the ball towards the floor, back up, and pass. Good. Catch, stay nice and stable. Bring towards the floor, back, up, and boom. So that's going to be exercise number 2, working that single leg stability and single leg strength. Our last and final exercise, we're using a chair here. So we're going to really look into some single leg squats now. We did double leg squats with the ball. We did double leg squats, very functional. So now this is simply to build strength, right? The key here again, hip, knee, second toe. Again, my left leg is my injured leg. What I'm going to do is allow my right leg to kick out, really engaging my quad here. Sit down and back towards the chair, stand on up. What you don't want to do is just collapse down, right? You're not really working any muscles here. You want to really, in a controlled manner, sit down and back, control what's happening with your knee, up, and without using momentum, right? Really try to get that muscle activation from the legs. Just a side view as well. Here, control, sitting down, back, up, trying to use as little momentum as possible. So those are going to be our 3 exercises that we would program in a return to sport rehab program or plan for Kristaps Porzingis suffering from meniscus tear, or anyone who suffers from a meniscus tear who's looking to get back to a more active and healthy lifestyle. If you got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Give us some feedback. Let us know if there's any injuries that you want us to cover. Please subscribe to the YouTube page. Please like this video, and please leave us any comments. If there's any injuries that you would like us to cover in the past or going forward, really want to be a reference and a resource to you guys out there. Again, thank you. Until next time.